meant to be ruled by a dictator nor a king.
Wow, more footage is coming out of this really incredible town hall where Georgians have started to rise up against the authoritarian takeover of our government. Elon Musk, Donald Trump doing everything they can to consolidate power. And this Congressman, Richard McCormick, was taking the brunt of it. And as I said yesterday, Richard McCormick is in an plus R30 district, which means that he won his election with more than 30% of the vote. So this is a very Republican district, and I love this clip. Wanted to show it to you, and here it is.
Never meant to be ruled by a dictator nor a king. My shock and pure horror when I woke up to find that our president had given himself unprecedented executive powers and then within a few days named himself king to his followers.
Where's the question?
Tyranny.
Jenny, do you have a question for the Congressman?
I do. Thank you. Tyranny is rising in the White House, and a man has declared himself our king. So I would like to know, rather, the people would like to know what you, Congressman, and your fellow congressmen are going to do to rein in the megalomaniac in the White House.
I'm not going to give you my best foghorn leghorn response. But when I was eating, go ahead, sit down, thank you. When you talk about tyranny, when you talk about presidential power, I remember having the same discussion with Republicans when Biden was elected. The funny thing is, you're sitting here and a lot of you would probably say those January 6s who are yelling just as loud as you. So yelling at me is not going to get any answer.
You are offensive to the people. You are offensive.
Point of order. Hey, let's get through this conversation.
I've seen Game of Thrones too, thank you. Let's go ahead and move on because... If you stop yelling, I will answer, otherwise we'll move on.
Shut up.
If you would stop talking for a second, I will answer your question.
Don't forget us.
So if you listen to what we project, this goes both parties, by the way. This is a bipartisan problem. The REINS Act, which reins in executive power for both parties, whoever's in party power, and I think it can be tweaked actually to be much better. I don't think executive privilege should be as strong as it is. I think we're out of bounds right now. I think your direct representation, whether you like me or not, I'm the closest thing you have to a representative. Your senator's not going to be as representative as me, and the president's not going to be as representative as me when it comes to you, the people in this district. Likewise, I think state government needs to be more powerful than federal government. It used to be that federal funds only made up 1/3 of the money spent, and states was 2/3. It's more representative of your money and your money spent. That's better. Always push government down to the local level because you'll get better representation.
What are you doing
I don't
about
want
the
to see
king?
the president make all the decisions.
The
I
king!
don't.
What about the king? What about the king? How do you feel about the king?
Do Do you not want to hear that I just said? I answered it directly. I said I don't want to see any president be too powerful. I just told you we have an act that can be passed by bipartisan resolution. The problem is we couldn't pass it when Joe Biden was in
Because he didn't want to be king.
Then why didn't he pass it?
Who enforces it?
Biden wouldn't pass it, and the Senate, the democratically controlled Senate would not touch it because they wanted Biden to have executive privilege that was too big too. And this is the problem. This is a bipartisan issue, guys. I'm the one saying let's work together, and you're the one screaming at me. Okay?
Biden didn't say
Let's be fair. I'm telling you how you solve this, and you're saying no, we don't want to hear that.
We want to work with.
Wow. Yeah. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what the American people need to do, and they couldn't be doing against a better guy or a worse guy, because Richard McCormick is Republican through and through. He definitely is towing the MAGA party line. And here he is when he was asked about cutting school lunches for children.
You're telling me that kids who stay at home instead of going to work at Burger King and McDonald's during the summer should stay at home and get their free lunch instead of going to work? I think we need to have a top-down review.
I think you're painting a
Think
lot
about
of these
where
kids with a
need to
broad
actually
brush.
be.
I would say that's not necessarily a fair
Exactly,
assessment of
exactly.
all of the kids. So you would say all the kids in your district who use the free lunch, for example, or breakfast, they're all
course
just
not.
sitting at home and
course
not
not.
working. Okay, I just want to clarify because that
but
seems
this
like
gives us
what
a
you were
chance.
trying
No,
to
this gives us a
insinuate.
chance. No, this gives us a chance, though, to see where is the money really being spent.
Well, no, this gives us a chance to know who you really are, and your voters are starting to wake up. So good luck with that. And then here, I'm just going to play this. He is asked about how poor people can also be fat. Yes, this is something a congressman said.
When you talk about producing not just calories, but nutrition, this is what JFK Jr. is all about. When in history, and this is a really good question for any reporter, when in history have we had our poorest people also be our fattest people? That's for the first time here in America. Traditionally, our poorest people have been very skinny and very under-nutritioned. We think that calories equals nutrition. It doesn't.
Wow. And by the way, I think he meant RFK Jr., not JFK Jr.
When you talk about producing not just calories, but nutrition, this is what JFK Jr. is all about.
Fucking clown. All right. So, yeah, I just love this moment we find ourselves in where people are rising up against what is happening in our government. This is what it's going to take. And I am hoping we see a lot more of it. And certainly someone like Richard McCormick is not ready for the backlash. So let's bring it to him.